There has not been all that much of a record of how the Beatles have operated with Yoko Ono in this, which is to say that while the known slanders and violations of integrity and poison crime, tortures and murders and political um, universe psychology has been addressed over and over again. Tamo de Jong, Mount Desert Island, the use of King Crimson's KKK symbolism on the court of the Crimson King, and the battlefield in cinema, and the use of Ouspensky, the Bela Lugosi aspect of Peter Sinfield's historical foundation have been talked about at length in my videos. It's sort of difficult when you see how many videos there are to understand that I'm alone and isolated, in part because I'm a deaf person, but also in part because I've been put in the prison by the executive branch of government, sort of isolation situation that's closely established by administrative psychology. And there are things like that go through my to the talk boards I have access to, the spam that comes to my mailbox, and the networks of community bulletin boards where they use names that are recognizable to evoke a series of allegations that Yoko Ono has concocted about me. See, what most people realize is that I didn't do anything criminal when it came to sex. I was just being passed around a lot in Pittsburgh, which was not that uncommon in Pittsburgh. And that the criminalization of all sex came with the AIDS attack. And so the justification, we must find the justification for criminalizing sex was like the Frankenstein monster of Bill Clinton and Boris Obama and Joe Biden coming out of the Reagan woodwork. We must find justification for criminalizing sex, because they brought it on with the AIDS onslaught and they had this script planted on me, which they calculated to make a cashiering gold dig on as the story of the program. So now there's a little bit online about that. But there was nothing untoward in the fact that I dated Leslie Katz. There's nothing all that. See, one of the things that they founded their alibi system for Mount Desert Island on was the miscomprehension of the neuroplasm that they had implanted in my brain. It caused me a lot of fright and stress because I had been kidnapped and tortured when they did it. And it was in traumatic shock from childhood, like a neuroplastic welded shut amnesia. And it's a medical mystery. It's a medical mystery. Dr. Michael Sosa took notes when I called it neuroplastic amnesia. So, and of course, they were doing hideous things to terrorize me. Don't forget what we're capable of. Don't forget what we're capable of, queerball, and murdering bystanders and things like that. Union stuff. And but there's nothing all that unusual about that serious of an offense against propriety for a man to be very jealous when a girl he had long intimacy that was unrequited. I mean, 2 years of intimacy that was unrequited, lying nude together for hours, making out and stuff, and unrequited. It's not all that unusual for the man to be heartbroken and jealous when she goes to gives her cuckolds him to someone else. I mean, it's a dirty, mean-spirited thing for her to have done. So it's not. But they made it into a howler. Robert Fripp David Bowie, Penis Gabriel, Evan Nauer, Vince Irene, Matt Marcus, Mr. Rogers, Barack Obama made it into a super story. Wow, the jealous boy. And then people on KDK, women saying, what stranger things have happened than for a jealous boy to be evil to his girlfriend. I mean, that's true enough. I certainly never said otherwise, but I never did anything to threaten these people either. I mean, I was never hostile, aggressive. Like these characters who were accusing me would break my sister's windows, kick her door down, pound. We had to get police. They'd break her ribs after she slept with them because she changed her mind, didn't want to go out anymore. That's a Pittsburgh provincial norm. Okay, that the breaking a girl's ribs, bruising her, breaking her windows, kicking the door down. These people went to Harvard. They were pedophiles who were beloved to Yoko Ono and Donald Trump because they said, Jimmy wanted some. When I was crying and begging to be let go. When they were torturing and traumatizing me. I never did anything even remotely like that. Leslie said, please leave. I say, I will obey you, and I would leave. I had one face-to-face with Rosa that I insisted on because I wanted her to see, to look into the eyes of the man who she was betraying. And to her credit, she allowed me to stand before her and say, I don't understand why you're leaving me. And she said, I don't want anybody else, but I can't stand the fact that you're so jealous. Okay, so they mission accomplished for Penis Sinfield. And they never credited the fact that I never once did anything other than try to verbally persuade her to change her mind. That's all. Verbally persuade to change her mind. And I was in a pre-seizure trance. They wanted to see me explode. They were laughing. We got the tea kettle to go off, man. They were saying this stuff online all the time. Penis Fripp was saying things like, men with erections, mature men with erections. Mature men with erections. So what do you do with the immature deaf man who is jealous? You castrate him, right? This is their logic. And they gave me diabetes and Parkinson's. And they're getting away with this as a defense of the people who released the attack and wrote the script. That's simple truth. That is the whole manifesto of the Crow Hag Spoo Ragusta Gogorg.